Good to go? All right, here we go. Wait for shoot. Shoot ready. You good? We're good? Okay, here we go. Well, Justin Brayton, it's officially over. Fantastic career. First off, I want to say on behalf of everybody, congratulations. It's been fun to cover you and fun to watch you and succeed in the way you did it. So first off, congratulations. And I know you've been asked this question a lot, but I'll ask it one more time. Just the emotions now that it's all sinking in. I know you got the family here. There's a lot of people that are excited to celebrate with you, but the emotions you're feeling now that it is this chapter's closed.
The main word is just thankful for all the years and moments and the struggles and the successes. Yeah, just thankful for it all, honestly. A little bit relieved too, you know, to call it on my own terms. That's hard to come by a lot of times. So yeah, just thankful for so many things. And main thing too, the people in the industry, and so many great people, so many lifelong friends that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
I asked you this at the press conference about a moment that stuck out for you. Daytona is obviously the big one. You mentioned that first podium in Anaheim. Where does this night stand? Again, the results aren't at the best you've ever done, but this would be the big night where you knew it was coming. Where does this night stand for you?
More relieved, because going into the year, you know, it's hard to say before you race 17 races at the highest level that you're going to retire and be done. So that's been the thing that I've been struggling with all year, is like trying to push and get good results, but then also enjoy it. And it's hard to do both. It really is. And I noticed that this year with, man, I'm just going to enjoy it and soak it in. And then, you know, I wasn't doing that well on the track, or wasn't, you know, maximizing my potential on the track. And then I just kind of went back to work and started to get some better results, which that's fun, right? That's at this level, it's really fun to do well. And so yeah, that's the main thing, is just thankful, a little bit relieved that we got through all 17 and on to the next chapter.
Jamie.
Jamie, Moto X Pod Show. So I just want to know the last gate drop, the last lap. Like, how did that feel? Was it any different than normal? Just those special moments?
No, not really, because you're so locked in. Like, you have to be so focused to race at this level. And, you know, the whoops were challenging tonight. The track definitely kept us on our toes. So there was never a moment where I'm like, oh man, this is so fun, and I'm just glad that, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do that, you know? So I was trying to do the best I could. Seventh was kind of my place, you know? I couldn't match the top 6 guys. So I thought if I could maximize my, you know, where I should be, I was going to be happy. And that's what we did. So the lead group of guys, you know, it's unbelievable. The talent and just how fast they're going. It's crazy. I've been around a long time, obviously, and how Jason's riding, kudos to him. It's just crazy. Chase, you know, the level is just so high, and that's part of the reason. You know, I've raced at the front for a long time, and I really no longer can do it, to be honest. And last year, getting a podium was awesome at age 37, and this year, just a tick off of that front group. And whether it was off-season prep or whatever it was, I had to live with it. And so to maximize where I should have finished tonight was good.
Kellen?
Yeah, Kellen Brower with Racer X. Justin, congratulations, first of all, on your
Thank
career. When you think of, like, maybe putting results aside, maybe from like how you carried yourself, what you're most proud of from your career?
I think just the way I did it, you know, with going all the way through high school, playing stick and ball sports all growing up, wanting to be a bull rider at one point. Like, there were so many times in my life where I'm like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then once I at motorcycles, is like I tried to focus on that and really put in the time. And Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing, just how we did it, and I've stayed really true to my roots. You know, I've got a lot of friends and family here today, and it's all friends that I grew up with. Grew up with in Iowa, small town Iowa, of a 20,000 population town, and so yeah, many moments that I'll cherish. But I'd say that's probably what I'm most proud of.
Alex Gobert.
Thanks, Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. Congratulations on your career. What do you think the emotions will be like as you go into the the coming weeks? To realize that the career is done.
It'll be interesting for sure. You know, as I sit here today, it's yeah, I'm thankful and relieved and all that. But you know, as we're transitioning, moving back to my hometown in Iowa, 3 young kids that, I mean, I'll be a T-ball coach here in about a month. So go from racing Supercross to being a T-ball coach. But yeah, stuff like that I'm just going to enjoy, you know, and I'll still ride a little bit here and there this summer. And I love motorcycles just as much as anybody here, and I will for a long, long time. So yeah, just excited about it, and we'll see. You know, it's not like it was sprung on me this year, like, all right, you're done. It's been a long time coming. My wife and I and my family, we've been ready for it.
Michael Lindsay from Vital-MX. JB, we talked about this a little bit earlier privately, but your age, the earlier part of your career, the guys you start out racing against, all retired, fairly younger. We see that transitioning kind of now happening to a little bit of an older age, with the average age of the winner being higher than ever this year. Do you feel like you had a positive effect on maybe some riders, how they perceive how long their career can really be and how long they can be competitive, enjoy it, and really make an impact?
Yeah, for sure. The only thing I'm bummed about is I feel like my Daytona record might be broken here in a couple of years. Jason's creeping. How much longer are you racing, Jason?
We'll find out.
I was like a week away from being 34, so I think that's in jeopardy, but I love it. I think there's so much parity in the sport right now. You look at Eli and Jason, and there's, I think, like you said, the average age is like 30. And then you've got guys like Chase coming in, what is he, 21, 22. So I love it. I think now, being a fan of the sport, it's going to be so fun to watch because everybody's at such a high level. The equipment's better than ever. The training programs are better than ever. And I can't wait to sit back and watch. It's going to be awesome.
Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks, and I would imagine 7th, 8th, 9th place, regardless, there were guys that were older when you came in, and they were watching you on the track going, that guy's pretty fast. When you see cats like Anderson or Sexton or Tomac, are you watching these younger guys and you going, that guy's got chops, that guy's fast, that's going to help carry Supercross into another generation, something that you were part of 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I've had the privilege to ride with Chase Sexton at the Honda track, and that's about all I have to say. The kid's got so much talent and so much speed. Like, it's just incredible. I've obviously grown really close to Kenny and got to ride with him so many days. And just that level is something I've never been able to achieve, right? And to see those guys, to see how they ride motorcycles. And the cool thing about it is, even at 38 this year, I'm still learning. I'm still out there doing motos with Chase and like, man, how did he get through that turn a bike length better than me? And like, it's just a simple little turn. We're taking the same rut. How is it, that much more difficult for me than him? And so it's fun to learn. And yeah, the level has grown. And, Jason, the level that he's got to this year, arguably higher than ever. Kudos to him and Eli switching. There's so many storylines, right? And it's a great time to be a fan of the sport.
Well, before we let you celebrate, one final question. I think we'll go to the Zoom. Is there anyone in particular that you think would maybe want to ask you a question?
I like that. That looks pretty good.
It does look good. Jason Wygant, final question.
Yes, extremely bummed I cannot be there in person. Congratulations on the career. You mentioned your humble roots in the sport, and then you mentioned working with Chase Sexton or Ken Roczen or any rider at a very, very high level. What is it like for you to have that kind of respect from the superstars of the sport for someone that didn't come from that type of background? What's it like for them to look at you as one of their equals?
Yeah, that's something that I cherish maybe at the highest level now over the past couple of years. It's something that I enjoy over the past, I'd say 5-6 years. I really enjoy helping more than I do my results. I mean, I love seeing my competitors do well, especially the ones that, have a lot of respect and ones that will ask questions or reach out or seek some advice, and anything I can help with. I don't care if it's a competitor or not. I love doing that because people did it to me. I had a lot of mentors, and I think it's really important as a young athlete or even just a young human being to have mentors and guys you look up to, and whether it's on the track or off the track, whatever it may be. And I love that role. Moving forward, if I could slot in and make a difference in somebody's life, and maybe a little bit on the track, I would absolutely love that. So it's been a really cool thing over the last several years for sure.
Well, one final time, Justin Brayton.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Christian Craig, come on up. You ready? Okay. Christian Craig is your 250 West Coast Supercross champion. Christian, congratulations. You've dealt with a lot of pressure, especially over the last month. You've been hearing about it nonstop from media, family, friends, team. I can only imagine. Now that you got it, just take me through what you feel like now that it's all done and you're a champion.
It doesn't feel real. I'd say that. I do feel like I'm in a dream for some reason. This all just seems so impossible, just like 2 years ago. Like, this all seems so far away and reachable. Like, I saw so many of my teammates accomplish this, and for me to I went through it with Chase, I went through it with Colt, Justin, man, so many people, and I'm like, my time's coming, my time's coming, and I kept digging, I kept believing, I kept grinding. Yeah, I'm older in the class and whatnot, but I'm here now. I'm thankful to be in this position. This is like a dream come true for a lot of riders. This is what our goal. Obviously, we want to be champions in the 450 class too, but man, this is something very special, and it starts with my family. Like, going through it, the bads, the goods, ups and downs, injuries. The FIM situation I had a few years ago, I was ready to hang it up just from everything going on. But I kept digging, and the team believed in me, and we're here. I mean, I couldn't be happier.
It's been awesome to watch. Jamie, Moto Pod.
Yeah, Christian, congrats, man. It's been awesome to see. We've been wanting to see this happen for a long time. A lot of questions I like to ask, but really just talk about the nerves today. You kind of been saying all day, oh, I'm kind of calm, I'm good, but realistically, now that it's over, was that the case? Were you pretty calm?
I was in a good spot. I had a lot of family surprise me, and that could have put pressure on me, but I was just so calm in my position. Obviously I had an 18-point gap, and I tried to get 14th, but so much stuff could have happened from practice 1 to the main. So I'd say Dylan Ferrandis showed up after one of the practices, and he surprised me. He's like, yeah, I'm here for you, and let's go do this. And that was cool. That was we had fun in the rig in between practices, and just BSing. And he's been here twice or 3 times, and I think that just kept me calm and confident in myself. And man, it was fun. It was I felt like I rode good until the main. I tightened up. I got behind Hunter, and I was like, all right, let's stay here. And Nate blew by me, and it was a cool main event until I tucked the front. I kind of freaked out, and I'm like, all right, I know what spot I'm in. I know what I need to be in. And from there, just rode it out. But man, it's a crazy feeling for sure. A lot of pressure the past month, and but I feel like I've handled it pretty well.
Kellen Brown.
Yeah, Kellen Brown with Racer X. Congratulations, Christian. I want to ask you about, back in like 13 and 14, you took a little hiatus from the sport, and you did eventually come back and make like a full-time return to racing and stuff. When you think back to that time, when you did decide to come back, what was like your realistic expectation of, what a second career would look like? And then how does that, compare to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know that I stepped away due to injuries, and then went and got a real job, and then talked my father-in-law into racing again, because I had that fire burning. So this was kind of the goal. Is like, hey, I can win, and I got some people to believe in me and believed in myself. Got a ride, and I mean, it seems like so long ago now, and to know where I am now, and a lot of ups and downs in between there, but my family like never stopped believing in me, and I think that's why I'm here today. That's probably the biggest reason. So obviously everything kind of plays a part, like my trainer, like the team I'm on, Bobby Reagan taking a chance with me. Like when he signed me, I wasn't putting in good results. I don't know why he took a chance on me, but he saw something, and he's like, we're going to make you a champion. And that kind of instilled in me, and then watching my teammates do it, I believed in myself. So, man, it takes a team for sure to get here. You can't do it on your own. You got to have family, support, a good team, and people that believe in you.
Alex Gobert.
Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. Congrats on the title. As one of the more experienced guys, obviously, in the class, and to see you get to this level, to reach this achievement, how much have you learned in recent years to be able to put it together to earn the championship that you won tonight?
I mean, a lot throughout the years, but the main one was last year, winning the opener, and then like having the red plate. I'm like, okay, like I can do this. I can be in this position. Like that kind of took me to that next level. And then Colt and Justin doing it, and me training with them every day in the gym, at the track, and like having the same trainer, like everything. It was like, I can do that. I can do this next year. Like let's put it together. And it was kind of like make or break for me. Like I'm deep down, like I'm ready to go 450, and I'm happy to say that I'm going to. And that was my last 250 race. But like I bet on myself. I'm like, all right, let's make or break, and whatever happens, happens.
Michael Lindsay, Vital MX. Christian, I'm sure there's probably a ton of people you saw send messages, social media. You hear people say, oh, you just have to ride around 14th tonight. No big deal. You guys don't ride like that during the week. The intensity is different. You don't ride to just ride around. Can you tell us how difficult it is to actually just not put yourself in the zone and want to race up front? Because I feel like it's easy to say driving 14th, but on these type of tracks, what you guys do during the week, that doesn't quite work out as easy as it sounds.
Yeah. Like after last week, they did all the math, and like, yeah, you can go throw whips at 14th, but I'm like, there's a lot of stuff in between there that can happen. Like practice crash, like just something dumb you could fall over. So, or just out there today, like what with Jet, little things like that will go up and bite you. You can't just like go around and just expect it. And so I kept that on my head all week. It was like, yeah, 14th, but like, let's get through practice 1, practice 2, practice 3, heat race, and then we'll get there. So, I think that goes back to like my mentality now with my mentor, I'd say Connor Fields, just like working with him. And like, he's helped me grow into the person I am today, and like really helped me believe in myself.
Michael Antonovich.
Cool. Thanks, Daniel. Christian, when you look back at your career, through even just think of all the houses that you've lived in throughout California to Florida, back and forth everywhere, was there ever a moment in time where you thought this situation would be possible at this age? Your life is where you're at, or is this kind of something that could only happen in the short term with things lining up perfectly the way they have these last 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of like I guess you can kind of like say with anything, but like last year I re-signed with the team, and it was a 1-year deal, and we had to pack up our 3 kids and move from California to Florida on a 1-year deal. And that was like stressful. It was like, we're going to go buy a house. Like I'm going all That's a lot, you know. Like growing up in California, it's like, all right, we're signing a 1-year deal and we're moving to Florida. We're gonna buy a house, move the kids there. They go to school there full time. Like, all right, let's do it. Let's hope it works out. And you know, like my family believed in me, so I was like, all right, let's do it. I know I can win. I know if I put these puzzles together, I'll be here today. And like looking at this now, you know, it was worth it. It was worth all that stress.
Final question, Jason Wygant.
Yeah, thanks, Jason, for Racer X. Christian, we've seen so many riders that were in the position that you used to be in, you know, speed and talent and ability, maybe winning here and there, but just couldn't put the pieces together to get that title, or even honestly to be in contention year in and year out. What was the process like to fix the weaknesses? Because that's the hardest thing, right? What was that process like through the years to become this year very, very consistent? Because we've seen a lot of riders try to solve that and they're not able to do it.
Yeah, I think just being like real with yourself. Like, obviously I have a lot of talent and I have some strength on the track, but I also have a lot of weaknesses. And it was like sitting down with my trainer and pointing out those weaknesses. Like we built a turn track at the farm. I was like, all right, let's get your corners better. That was one of my weaknesses. Just little things like that, like building on that stuff, like getting better, having my teammates there and just like building off each other. I'd say that's one of the biggest things. And man, I mean, I couldn't be here without all of them. And man, I'm speechless still. It's a cool feeling and something I'm gonna cherish forever.
Your 250 West Coast Supercross champion, Christian Craig.
Thanks, guys.
$450s. Come on up. Ready? All right, here we go. The 450 post-race press conference from the Salt Lake City Supercross final round of the 2022 Supercross season. Congratulations, Jason Anderson, Chase Sexton, and Justin Barcia. Jason, incredible finish to this championship. There's a lot to race for. We talk about pride, ego, money, all those things. But how about messaging? Is this a good way for you to kind of send a message going into maybe even better than ever?
Yeah, I mean, not for personally, it's huge for me, you know, just to be in the position I'm in, to have the momentum I have, because to be honest, over like the past few years, yeah, it's tough whenever you struggle. So yeah, being right here, I'm thankful, but at the same time, you know, I just want to keep progressing and be able to come back next year, and I really want to make some more runs at a championship, and I think I got it in me. And I know, I guess if you look at statistics, I guess clock's ticking with age, but I guess anything's possible, and let's go for it.
Well, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
We'll start with Michael Lindsay.
My question's for Jason Anderson. Jason, based on the way you've carried yourself the last couple of weeks, if somebody was to basically look at this statistically, you have the most wins you ever have in a season, but you lost the title. I would never guess it by even just looking at you before you went up there and sat there. I don't know if I've ever seen you this happy, this much enjoying what you're doing. We've talked about a lot of press conference, but just the quick list of like what has gotten you to this point? What is basically put a smile on your face where maybe some guys would be disappointed that they didn't pull it off this year?
Yeah, you know, for me, it's nice to be in this position. I want to prolong my career. Even when I was struggling, I didn't want to stop racing. But you know, results like this help you keep a job. It's enjoyable right up front, but at the same time, I gotta stay on my toes. But just, you know, my personal life's amazing right now. You know, between everything I got going on there, and you know, I switched up my program. You know, I'm back home in New Mexico, wherever I grew up, and I think that's a breath of fresh air for me. Obviously, you've heard it a million times, but new team. But yeah, I'm in a good spot. I'm enjoying it, and that's key. And I think that's underrated in our sport. I think a lot of people feel like you have to go to Florida or whatever, and Florida's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but I just wasn't very happy there. And I just had to switch a couple things up, and luckily it worked out. But you're never that sure until it happens.
Alex.
Thanks, Daniel. Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. This one's for Chase. For you this year, we saw you get a main event victory on the podium on multiple occasions. How do you rate your season, and how do you improve further from this point?
Yeah, I would say minus 3 races that were I didn't finish. Everything else is really good. I was in the top 5 pretty much every race, and 8 podiums and a win is a big progress from last year. And that was my goal coming into this year. I wanted to be a little bit more calm, which I still had my moments out there, but I made a lot of progression as far as my riding and my mentality. And going to Santa Barbara last year, preseason helped me a lot. I came back kind of a different person, and I think it's paid off so far. I just want to keep progressing. Jason's been amazing these last 4 races, so I got a lot of work to do, but I'm on the right track, I feel like, and looking forward to outdoors and next year racing Supercross. It's gonna be fun.
Don.
Jason, so you've tied Eli for the number of season wins now, correct? With the title decided already, was there any greater or lesser motivation to win tonight? And what made you get such a what helped you catch fire so badly late in the season?
Yeah, it's obviously I'm motivated, and after winning a few in a row, I really wanted to make it 4 in a row. It's really cool. Before this, I've only won 2 in a row, so being able to have those streaks are some cool things, like cool achievements to have for your career, and it's obviously good momentum going into next year. As for what has changed, it's I don't think much has changed. I think it's at St. Louis I was kind of under the weather with being sick, and I felt like I was kind of decent there, but then Atlanta I started getting some momentum. But I made some bike changes, but nothing crazy. I think it's just sometimes things start clicking, and I've been doing the work and just honestly just trying to progress every day, whatever it is, even when I'm on the track, whatever the number is, I'm out there. I just want to keep progressing and keep learning and keep that goal in sight more so than the number. But it's nice to be able to get some wins and get those streaks. It's pretty incredible.
Kellen.
Yeah, Kellen Brown with Racer X. Justin, obviously the contact with Malcolm Stewart there. Just kind of, talk us through the battle beforehand, going back and forth a little bit with him, and then kind of, your thought process on how you were trying to make that pass attempt.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle. I was riding pretty tight. Malcolm was obviously riding a little bit better than me because he was all over me. Yeah, he went inside roll double. I went double single and charging it hard. And yeah, that was that. Not much to really say about it, but yeah, we were racing for, third in the points, and I wanted it bad, and maybe it was too much, but that's how I race, I guess. So just kind of is what it is.
Justin, Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks over here. First of all, you still have the best lettuce in the 450 class. And second of all, Malcolm was using the crowd as motivation to get back up to you. You as a dude who knows that Malcolm's right there, you can see his fender through certain turns. How do you use the crowd as a positive or negative motivator to keep your butt on the bike in front of Malcolm?
Absolutely. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I knew someone was coming, and I knew who it was. And like I said, I was riding pretty tight and doing the best I could to hold him behind me, but picked it up those last few laps and made it happen. But yeah, it was definitely intense to say the least.
Jamie.
Chase, man, there was moments there in that main where it felt like you were catching Jason, and then it really seemed like lepers once again kind of caused some issues. You want to talk about that at all, or was it another situation maybe that kind of got the gap back bigger?
Yeah, I think at the beginning, Jason and I had a really good pace going, and I made a few mistakes and just kind of lost my flow a little bit. And Jason, once I lost that touch, there was no getting it back. He was like I said, riding really good. And lappers obviously did come into play, but he had to deal with them just like I did. So it was a tough racetrack. I struggled, especially in the dry slick parts, but I was actually happy they put a lot of water down for the night show because it plays in my strengths when there's rust on the track. But overall, I feel like I just struggled a little bit across the start straight and those areas. But overall, I feel like I rode a pretty good race. Obviously not enough to beat Jason, but I'm just happy to end the season on a somewhat high note and going to outdoors.
Michael Antonovich.
Well, thanks, Daniel. This one is for Justin. Like you alluded to, getting third place overall in this championship was very important for you this year. And you could even tell all day that you were fighting to get better. In time qualifying, you found a second a lap late in that last session, and we're trying to race forward. So going from Denver last week, where it was a so-so result and you knew the point spread that you had, well, how big is that motivation through this week and knowing when you get a pass opportunity like that, which you've owned up to, you have to make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, when there's an inch, I take it. That's just my style, and I've always raced like that. But yeah, there's money on the line, and I wanted that position. I wanted to be third in the points, and unfortunately, I didn't make that happen, which is kind of a bummer. But all in all, this was my most consistent season. Done a lot of good stuff this year, but yeah, it's a little bit bummer that the situation happened. But like I said, it kind of is what it is at this point, and just got to move past it and keep focus on myself and working into that outdoor series because that's coming up quite soon.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, Jason from RacerX. I'll stay with you, Justin. It almost seems I think this kind of statistically is one of your best seasons ever, even though you didn't get that win. You were really strong all year. We hear so much of the ups and downs of other riders. They want to retire and they come back and they're happier than ever. It seems like you're just at 100% all the time. Does motivation ever wane for you? Because honestly, it looks like you're improving still in your career, even though you're one of the veteran guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, being 30 years old and being the best I've been in my career, it's been a hard, it's never easy, this sport. We're always working hard, trying to be better than the next guy. This season for me was definitely a positive season. Middle of the season, we definitely struggled with setup a little bit. I think I wanted more and went in the wrong direction a little. And then the last, 3 weeks, we've, found that direction again where I needed to be. I just went a little bit too far away. We've been on the same bike for a couple of years now, and I should have just stayed, where it's good. But for me and the team, we got back on track. It was, definitely a positive season. And I feel like I said, getting older and feeling better than ever. So it's not a bad thing, that's for sure.
Congratulations, guys, on the podium and a great season. Congrats.
Thank you.
No, the sign, bro.